Horne-Ellstrom here. Got a little glitchy start, but we're back. Today we're talking about insuring financial health to supersize and grow your business. What the heck does that mean? Well, of course, today's topic is with respect to finances. We're focusing on finances this month. Insurance, different types of insurance. Why do we want insurance? What the heck? And what should we consider when it comes to insurance, both for us as individuals as well as for our businesses and for our company. I'm going to highly recommend, once you start to make a certain amount of money, you get yourself an umbrella policy. An umbrella policy is a policy, and I think they still have them, that covers all kinds of things that aren't covered by your other types of insurance, but that protect you in the event of crazy things happening, like you get sued for something, etc. So what are other types of insurance? What the heck is insurance? Insurance, if you're in business, you got a business, you understand contracts. Insurance is basically a contract between you and another company that says, in the event of something unexpected happening, we're going to help you take care of the cost of that so that you're not financially devastated or wiped out. This applies to our personal life as well as our businesses. You know, we all know and understand and need, if at all possible, health insurance, right? In case something happens to us, we get an illness or heaven forbid a cancer diagnosis, or we break our leg, or we fall, or we have some kind of an illness, especially if it keeps us out of work, which if it kills us, we hopefully have life insurance. Life insurance is insurance that we have in the event of our untimely demise, and it covers some of the expenses for the people that we leave behind, the people we love and care about, so that they are not in dire straits because of our passing, and they can mourn us in the way that we deserve to be mourned. Okay, that was a little dark. Auto insurance, again, we understand the importance for our businesses and for our personal lives of having automobile insurance. Right now, most states require it, and that it's a law. In order to drive, you got to have insurance, and if you don't have insurance, you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car. Just saw a story about a horrible story in Colorado where a 24-year-old woman was killed by somebody that didn't have insurance or a driver's license even, yet they got probation. We won't even comment on that. But auto insurance protects us in the event that we have a car accident or somebody else plows into us. Thank goodness that I've had auto insurance for my businesses and for my life, because I've had in the Italian food manufacturing business, I think one was our driver totaled and rolled our delivery vehicle, one of our delivery vehicles. Another one was a lady T-boned and severely damaged my son in another one of our delivery vehicles. So it's important to have auto insurance. It's also important to have things like, if you get in a car accident, you get a rental car, or you get a car provided for you, especially if it's a car that's important to your business or a vehicle that's important to your business. Without our delivery vehicles, it's hard to deliver our products and services sometimes. Homeowners and rental insurance, again, this is more of a personal than it is a business thing, but guess what? We got to have building insurance and business insurance and all kinds of other insurances that other people don't have to have, right? That regular people don't have to worry about business insurance or business continuation insurance or different types of insurance we can get for our businesses. But if our buildings are damaged, we need to have them insured just like we would our homes. Disability insurance, this is another one. I have a personal story from. I had kidney surgery, my first job and career out of college. I was working for Procter & Gamble. I think I was probably been there about 3 years, and I had a super duper bad kidney infection that required that I had to have surgery. I was in the hospital for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 days, because it was over Labor Day weekend. If you can imagine that. Labor Day weekend is not a great weekend for me personally and health challenges, but I needed kidney surgery, and of course no anesthesiologists in Green Bay, Wisconsin back then, because it was a holiday weekend and they were all out and about, and so they kept filling me full of morphine and things that I have an allergic reaction to. So it was a really fun Labor Day weekend, but luckily for me, I had disability insurance coverage, and so when I missed 6 weeks of work recovering from that surgery, I didn't have to worry about my car payment. I didn't have to worry about my rent. I didn't have to worry about, being able to eat and have food and take care of myself and get better, because I had disability insurance. Between the health insurance and the disability insurance, I was covered, and I didn't suffer a financial loss from that. Travel insurance. Travel insurance, if anybody in your company travels and something could happen to them, I highly recommend that you have them have travel insurance, especially if they're traveling to places that are dangerous. They might get kidnapped. Sometimes we have to have kidnapping insurance nowadays. But nowadays with the internet, we don't even have to travel that much. I travel a lot for one of my jobs in corporate America, but otherwise, traveling for me is mostly intentional, and it's on purpose now. It isn't just because we have to go meet with somebody in person. We can meet with them in person now on Zoom. It's one of the great things that came out of the pandemic. There aren't very many, but that was one that I appreciated. But travel insurance, and I shared the story in Be a Better You about my son went to Mount Everest, and he climbed from Kathmandu to base camp on his own, which is insane, in like, I don't know, 5 days or something. It's supposed to take a week or 2 weeks or something, and proceeded to get high mountain altitude sickness. We had talked to me, and we had decided, yeah, you should probably have travel insurance for this kind of a trip. It's pretty ambitious. And fortunately we did, because he had to be airlifted by helicopter from base camp down to Kathmandu, and then spent several days in the hospital recovering from the high mountain altitude sickness. And because of that, thousands of dollars, I think it was like $45K for the helicopter ride. Might be more, I don't know, but that was, over a decade, 15 years ago or so, and actually 12 years ago. And the hospital stay was thousands of dollars more. Well, that would have put a big dent in his travel plans and our bank accounts had we not spent the few $100s on travel insurance. Because I remember it was only like a few $100s. One of the best investments we ever made, because it paid off so many times in return. Not that this is an investment, but it's an investment in peace of mind, knowing that, I was thousands of miles away when he called me. I couldn't do anything to help him. I mean, I had no way of helping him personally, and so that gave me peace of mind about that trip. Umbrella policies, I think I talked about that first off, because it wasn't something that most people talk about. Most people don't even know they exist until you reach a certain income level when it makes sense to have one. But I highly recommend that you keep those in mind as your business grows and builds in Supersize, because it has been very beneficial to me in a couple instances where we had bad business partners that tried to sue us. So after they stole a whole bunch of stuff, they tried to sue us, which was really comical. But frankly, I had insurance for that, and it took care of it in the umbrella policy. There's all different kinds of insurance you can get depending on your situation and needs. So always ask the questions and investigate it and find out what is right to protect you, to give you the peace of mind that you need to make decisions and choices that are right for your business and to protect your business, but also for your financial health and stability. And also, most partnerships and most businesses now require that if you're a primary owner or founder, you have some kind of a life insurance policy that also takes into consideration the continuation of your business should something happen to you. All right. Love to know what you've got. What's your take on insurance? I kind of think of it as legalized gambling, which is kind of a I don't know, snippet way to look at it, but it kind of is, because a whole bunch of us are paying in, betting that something's going to happen to us and we're going to get a payout when we're paying in, right? But everybody else and the insurance companies are betting that nothing's going to happen to us, right? So it's kind of backwards, but very interesting. I find it an interesting industry. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. Share your insurance stories in the comments below so we can learn from one another, and especially learn from our mistakes. Like if you didn't have insurance, those are some of the worst stories, but I tell you what, we only do it once, and we learn from the one time. That's all I've got. Have an awesome day. If I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.